Okay, so let's create a new class, WebDriverUtils. All the reusable methods we are creating under this class. Okay, so in this class, so you go to our blog and grab it from there. So entire code, you don't need to write them. Those are fixed kind of methods, but all reusable methods. And you can just go here and you can see under labels, you can find WebDriver utility methods, right? So this is the one. So you can use this entire code as it is. Okay. So you just copy paste the entire code. So I'll explain one by one. Don't worry. Already screenshot code, switch to frames. So all these methods we developed already and we have used them. So remaining methods, I'll explain them. So I think import statements missing. Let me copy those import statement also. Say no import statements. So class and the constructor we created, but there is no import statements. So add import statements. So all are solved now. So let's see what are these methods. See what we did, we created a class, then declared the WebDriver driver as a global variable and one constructor. So when you are calling this class, you have to pass the driver as an object reference for that class. So first method is a capture screenshot. We already know this. Take screenshot of driver.get screenshot as output type file. And this we are making it dynamic by adding the date. So your date object, the date object you convert into string format, then replace colons with hyphen and spaces with hyphen, and that's the screenshot name. Screenshot name after I'm appending the date. So that's what the unique queue every time when you create a screenshot, when you take the screenshot of the page. Same way you have element screenshot. You can take element screenshot. So same code, but here the element. So the difference only here the driver means entire page. And you are taking the entire page here and you are taking here element screenshot. So the reference is the change only, but remaining code is common. So everything is similar code. That already explained and we used that also. Next, so we have a switch to frames. So I already explained you can switch to the frames different ways, but we have written with the same one line of code only, but I have written in the function with the try catch blocks. See, no such frame exception. You have to catch that exception. If this frame is not there, you can switch based on the integer frame. Basically, if multiple frames are there, you can give 0, 1, 2 like that. That is the frame. And switch to frame, string frame. So driver dot switch to method dot frame of frame. So another way, this is the string so parameter, that is the integer parameter. This is the web element parameter, switch to frame. So if frame element is displayed, so you switch to that frame. And that's the one thing all functions we have written. And this switch to frame, parent frame and child frame. So you remember in our one of the frame example, we have to switch to top frame, then switch to child frame. So such cases we can use this parent frame and child frame. So like this you can say driver dot switch to dot frame, parent frame, again dot switch to dot frame of child frame. So it will go to that frames. Switch to default frame. So you need to come back to the original position. So after the switching to the frames, then you call this if you want to come back to the original frame, original position, not from the frame. One frame to original position. So driver dot switch to method dot default content you have to call. So then we have how to upload files. So these are some of the methods we should know. And let's discuss all these methods. Then we'll use the uploading files with robot class, uploading file with auto it tool. You can use any one of them. So upload file with robot class. What is this robot class? So robot is a Java class, so which handles all the Windows related activities. So Windows key actions, if you want to do this, robot class will help you. Basically, Selenium doesn't support Windows application activities. So like, when you are uploading a file or downloading a file, so when you upload, the window will open for you to choose the file. That windows are not handled by Selenium. Selenium supports only web applications. Only web application limit only it will support, not outside of that web application. Your system window opens, it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. So in order to handle them, so we are having another option, robot class. So a robot class is available in java.awt package. So java.awt is the default package. In that package, this robot class is there. Along with the robot class, you have some other class, a string selection class. So you give your file path to string selection object, and that is stored in one variable. Then you copy the file path with this clipboard toolkit dot get default toolkit get system clipboard. You are getting the system clipboard and copying like control C you are doing with these two lines. So control C in the system you are doing. So the wherever you want, you can paste it with the control V, right? So first you are copying the file location to system clipboard. That means control C you are doing. So you can paste anywhere. So that's what the main intention of these three lines of code. So first specify the file path, then copy the file path, and then create object for robot class. So again, object, you all know how to create object for a class, and this represents a AWT exception. It will throw AWT exception. That's why I'm using a try catch block. So this is the compile time it will throw. So you have to take care of that with a try catch block or declare a throws declaration. Any one you can use, but I use try catch blocks. So give some delay because when you click on this file upload, let me show you that. For example, this one, right? In the Gmail, you have upload attach file, right? Attach file concept. So here, if you go to compose, so this attach. So see, this one is all web. Okay, this is all web. No issues for us. So you won't get any issues. when you click on this attach file, so the window will open now. This is the window, right? This is the window. So these windows are not supported by Selenium. Selenium doesn't provide any key or any method to take care of this. So in order to handle these windows, so what you need to do, you need to paste the file path, right? You need to paste the file path and then click on OK button. That's what we need to do. And Selenium doesn't have this facility. This kind of scenario it cannot handle because this is the window. So windows are not supported by Selenium 2. So to support that in Selenium, we are using a Java robot class. Or you have to use some other way, like you have to use this third-party tools like Auto8, Sikuli. These tools you have to integrate in Selenium. Yeah, you can integrate any other tools in Selenium. That's another good advantage. So the Auto8 is another one where you can handle all this kind of Windows activities in Selenium. So how to handle? I'll show you that. So let's first understand this kind of scenarios comes, how to handle. The code first we'll understand. So that is what we are doing, robot object dot key press. So key event dot weak underscore enter. You are pressing the enter key on that this edit box here. Here you are pressing the enter key. That's what the key event dot weak underscore enter. You are entering the weak underscore enter you are doing. Then key release will release this key. Once you press the enter key there, then release. So that is a key release, and argument you are passing for every key press and key release method, which key you are pressing, which key you want to release. So you have to tell that. Then press the Control V and release the Control V. So Control V, what it will do? It will paste, right? That's what we are doing. So robot dot key press, first press the Control, then press the V. So VK underscore control is the key name in the keyboard. VK underscore V is the key name in the keyboard, V key, right? So then you release. So you release the Control V. So same release method you are calling to release the key. So then putting some delay and then just mouse move we are adding, and key press key event dot weak underscore enter, robot dot delay, and key event dot weak underscore enter. When you paste it here, then you press this open button, then it will automatically close this window, right? When you select it, it will close. So that's the actions we are performing. So that is what this robot class is going to help us to do that. So that's at least theoretically, if they ask you, you should be able to answer, because they're going to ask all these questions. How can you handle the file upload in Selenium? And sometimes they will ask write the code also. So if they ask code, yeah, you should be able to write this complete code. Okay. Next, download the files. So you need to download the files. Chrome and Firefox, we have two kinds of options. Each browser we have options class, right, to handle the browser options. So we have a Firefox options class for Firefox browser, Chrome options class for Chrome browser, Edge options class for Edge browser. What these classes will do, these classes are going to help you to set the browser settings. So you want to block the notifications, or you want to maximize the browser, or you want to set security. Yesterday I have shown you, right? So secure websites, if you're accessing it directly, it won't open the home page. So how can you accept that unsecured sites related, the certificates? So all these kind of, settings you want to do in the browser, you are going to use these options class. So that is what this options class means. So that's one of the, let me show you, Firefox options class has provided some of the methods. So if you want to download the file, you can use options.add preference browser.download.folder list. So you are telling, so there is a folder list 012. Okay, so 012. So 012 means, 0 means it's a default folder downloads. 1 means desktop, 2 means custom folder location. So that means where you want to download, you are specifying that here as a second argument. See, this method is overloaded. So you are passing string and integer number. And here the same method you are passing string and string. See, this path is a string type. This is also string type. So browser.download.dir path. So this is the how to add the preferences, and then options.add preference browser.helper apps never ask save to disk. So for all these kinds of applications, so JPEG images are there, this one, application PDF, application octet stream, application chip, this kind of applications you are downloading, so never ask save to disk. So that generally it will ask save to disk, right, when you click on that. So that it won't ask you if you add this kind of preference. Then add preference browser.download.manager show when starting. So download manager. So do you want to show? No, we don't want to show download manager also. Just download, that's it. Any JavaScript alerts are there, so this one will disable them. So I want that. So all these preferences you are setting in the Firefox browser, and then return this Firefox option. See, the method is returning a class object. So generally till now we have seen the function is going to return a primitive data types. Now we are seeing non-primitive type the method also can return. See, the method is returning class object. This is the object, right? Options is object reference. Which object? Firefox options object. That object it is returning. So that's then you can use this when you are downloading a file. Okay. Same way we have a Chrome options. So Chrome options also, you can set the Chrome browser settings with the Chrome options. Now here you are using a map concept. Please use this, and you can tell, did you use map in your automation? That's a common question. And you can tell, yes, I have used map. And give the scenario. This is the one of the scenario you can give. Or you explain to any one of our automation scenarios, wherever you used map, you explain that scenario. So keep ready all these scenarios. Until unless if you are not practicing, you won't get that. You have to practice, then only you can tell that in the interview. So directly, just listening this without practicing, it is not possible. So hands-on is very important. So Chrome options equal to new Chrome options. So map string object preferences equal to new hash map string object. See, this is the key and value, right? So key and value. So preferences dot put profile dot default content settings pop-ups true. So preference dot put. So basically put method is there in the map, right? But in inserting into the map. So these values will be inserted. Download the default directory. It is downloading to default directory. So whatever the directory you are giving. And option start set experimental option and these preferences and so the preferences, this one, whatever the object, you can keep them and then return the options. So this is another way to download with a Chrome browser. Next we have a highlight the screen, highlight the element. You want to highlight the element. How to highlight the element? So to highlight the elements, so we need to use a JavaScript executor. So JavaScript executor is which is used to execute any JavaScript code, right? How to execute a JavaScript code. So let's see the JavaScript executor JS equal to JavaScript executor of driver. This is the typecasting. So basically this is the driver is the WebDriver interface variable, but this is the JavaScript executor is another interface. So when you are assigning some other way interface variable to different variable, and you have to convert this also to same format, JavaScript format, right? So that's what I'm doing here. That's why I'm converting the driver into JavaScript executor format. Okay, so that's what I have done here. Then js.execute script method, arguments of 0 dot set attribute, style background yellow. So I want a yellow background and border solid 5 pixel red and element. So solid 5 pixel red element. So js.execute script, arguments of 0 dot set attribute, style, so border solid 2 pixel white and that element you can give. So that is the js.execute script. So once you highlight, after 5 seconds, I am removing that highlightation. Same arguments of 0 set attribute, style empty I am putting and border solid 2 pixel white. So I'm changing so from red to white. That means you won't see any that highlightation. So that's what this code you can include anywhere, wherever doing action on the element. Before the action, you can add this. Just call this method and give driver and the web element. Which web element you want to highlight? So why do you need to highlight, sir? You can ask, right? If you don't highlight where the cursor is going, it is very difficult to understand while execution time. So that when you add this highlight code, and it will highlight where the action is going on the web page while execution time. So it's easy to understand where is the cursor now currently. The flow is where. So that's the purpose of highlight. When you are giving a demos, this is very helpful so that people will easily understand where it is going highlightation. So set attribute, you want to type without using send keys method. So how can you do that? So you can pass web element, which attribute and what value you want to type. So again JavaScript executor. So execute script of arguments of 0 dot set attribute. Arguments 1 means this one. Arguments 2 means this one. And you can just pass there. So all the 3 elements. What is the element? What is the attribute? And what is the value you are typing? So these 3 if you give, automatically it will type. You don't need of send keys method. Okay, so this is the another interview question, how to type without send keys method. You have to tell this code. So just arguments of 0, set attribute of arguments 1, arguments 2. So in this element, you set these two attributes, values. So that is the how to type without send keys method. Okay, so this is the code. All these are interview questions. So prepare very well and it will be helpful. Scroll for element. JS execute script, arguments of 0 dot, scroll into view, true, and give this element. Automatically it will scroll to this element. That is what this scroll for